Most fitness advice suggests that as long as you're eating enough chicken and eggs, you're on a guaranteed path to weight loss. But many people hit their protein targets perfectly and find that the scale refuses to move. To see why, let's look at a standard goal: exactly 40 grams of protein. If you try to get those 40 grams from chicken wings or whole eggs, you'll need roughly 6 of each. On this side of the ledger, reaching a 40-gram goal with higher fat sources easily climbs toward 1,000 calories when factoring in skin and yolks. Meanwhile, the other side shows chicken breast or egg whites hitting that same target for only 600 calories. Even though the protein count is the same, the source you choose can nearly double your caloric intake for the day. Protein is essential for fat loss because it provides satiety, helping you stay full while eating less overall. But protein is almost always packaged with other macronutrients. It arrives in a caloric vehicle. Dark meat and poultry skin carry dense pockets of fat. When those oils render down, they significantly increase the energy density of the meat. These dietary fats attached to cheaper protein sources act as a hidden tax on your daily calorie budget. If you don't audit that vehicle, you can easily eat enough healthy protein to move out of a deficit and into maintenance. When you're dieting, it's helpful to treat your daily calories like a financial budget, where you're looking for the best possible return. This efficiency matrix helps visualize the trade-off, mapping protein yield against the caloric cost of the food. The bottom right quadrant represents the zone where calories are highest relative to the protein you get. Whole eggs fall into this zone because the fat in the yolk adds significant calories. Chicken wings and drumsticks sit right there with them, driven by their higher fat-to-meat ratio. These are popular because they're often the most affordable options at the store, and for many, they simply taste better. The trade-off is that they use up your calorie allowance so quickly that you're left with very little room for other nutrients, like complex carbohydrates. Relying on these sources means you'll have to be much more restrictive with the rest of your meals to maintain a deficit. For those prioritizing aggressive fat loss while trying to hold on to as much muscle as possible, a different strategy is required. Back on the matrix, we want to aim for the top left quadrant, the zone where protein is high and calories are kept to a minimum. Chicken breast is the standard here, offering a high concentration of protein with very little accompanying fat. If you look at the extreme corner, you'll find egg whites, which are arguably the most efficient protein source available. Choosing this path usually means sacrificing some natural flavor and relying more on spices and seasonings to make the meals enjoyable. You also have to consider the thermic effect of food, the energy your body uses just to process what you eat. It's often argued that the metabolic boost from digesting whole eggs or dark meat makes up for their higher fat content. However, the caloric density of those fatty cuts mathematically offsets the minor biological advantage of the thermic effect. A protein source isn't inherently good or bad. Its value depends on your current goals and your remaining calorie budget. We can use this scorecard to route your choices based on whether you're in an aggressive cut or just maintaining your weight. The optimizer is for someone on a strict calorie limit who needs every gram of protein to come at the lowest possible caloric price. In this phase, focusing on egg whites and lean breast meat provides the most reliable progress. The budget and maintenance profile is for those with more flexibility. Perhaps you're building muscle or just staying steady. Drumsticks, thighs, and whole eggs are great staples here because you have the extra caloric runway to accommodate the fats. Keep in mind that even with more room in your budget, you still need to track portions carefully to avoid drifting into an accidental surplus. Moving from seeing food as just protein to evaluating its total caloric price tag is a more effective way to manage a sustainable fat loss plan.